Welcome everyone to the Lotus Sanctum. My name is Chris, and so today it's going to be a channeled um, tarot oracle reading. Um, and so let's get started with it. I'm just allowing for this message to come through. Hmm. A little part of me is like, I wish the message would come quick and easy, but for this time it just wants to take its time, and so I'm just letting that slowly trickle in. What I'm experiencing from this place is this um, unsettling sense in the body, more specifically in the root, the lower back area, the pelvic floor. Um, and it's a sense that I just want to get up and run. So uncomfortable being in the body, being and sitting with the thoughts. It's like, what thoughts are next? What do I do next? How can I heal? How can I move through everything? It's almost like, what can I do so I don't have to face the discomfort? It's not just the discomfort, but it's the scary parts of those places of discomfort, the true scary, daunting places. This could be about your health. It could be about your finances, what you're gonna do for money, to put food on the table, to ensure that your bills are paid, to ensure that you get to live your basic needs and have those met. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know if there is a place where when you do reach a certain physical goal, if you will find that place of ease and comfort. I'm wondering, to what extent are you going to go to then understand that it's time for you to rest, and that you've gotten all the external things, but the way you feel inside, it still feels uneasy, and there is still this sense of running, trying to make life happen, trying to make things come through, trying to make the best out of what you have when you do have the best available. And the thing is, even the things that I'm saying, like making the best from what you have, there's not anything wrong with that, but it's from a place and a mental, emotional charge to it where this is what I have and I actually enjoy what I have. I would love to have a bit more. I'm curious about these other things. Now, what can I do to have that? What is the internal shift? What is the work that I would need to do? What are my beliefs? What are what is my chemical experience that is directing me, that is controlling me, that is moving me? And in some places, it's disconnecting that charge that you have given. And then in other places, it's activating a charge. And so, where are you giving and where are you taking? And I feel like that just gives you a real contraction of where you are showing up in your life, how you have created your environment. And it's your sense of autonomy that you can make this happen, that you do have this experience available and that you can make it happen. Okay, for some reason there's no cards coming out of this, but they still want me to shuffle. Fine. Alright, let me just grab those. Okay, so the first card is Celebrate Differences. Yeah, so the first card is Celebrate Differences. Now, with this, it's a lot happening. If you just look at the imagery, the visual, there's a lot happening. There's a lot taking place. So many stories, so many contrasts, so many colors, so many desires and experiences. And the experiences, they go in many ways. Some are unconscious, some are conscious. And then other aspects of it are some are experienced in a grounded, tangible manner, and then other aspects are experienced in the astral realm, in your dream state, if you will. And there is a little part of you when in this space. There's a little part of you that is accepting of where life is, where it wants to go, and how it wants to show up. It's highly accepting of life. Contemplation. Now, this little card is, it's like after that, after what is it? After an intense experience, so after an intense emotional charge expressed, after that, it's from a place of contemplating, oh, what's actually happening? Where do I genuinely want to go? What am I actually going to do? Or what just happened? And it's the approach of doing that from your genuine internal place where you are truthfully looking at it from also an empowered place, and you're seeing, oh, you know what, it doesn't have to have the charge it does. So you're also being curious about it. You're understanding that it doesn't have to have the same charge that it does, and that it can shift. And so what is it that you want to experience? What is it that you asked for that provided you even this experience that you just had? breakthrough. I feel like there is something that you have um, that you've internally found the solution for it. Internally, that you wanted to shifted, and you're in this place of bliss, of, well, I did it, and you're learning how to celebrate the in between stages, the in between phases, so you can show up and genuinely listen with your intuition, listen to how to move through this experience that you're currently in. I feel like you're in a place of creating the imagery, so the big picture. You're in this place of creating this imagery, understanding what it is, and you're contemplating on it. You're contemplating on these ideas, these thoughts, and you're playing out all the scenarios. You're having the breakthroughs. You're understanding that, oh, okay, this is a wall. It's not a wall anymore because you've learned to work through it. And then you're moving into the perfect setting, creating the surrounding, the physical, internal surrounding to match this place. And you're learning to lean into it and lift yourself into the highest form of your being and create the ideal environment for the seed that you planted to actually sprout and to grow into something that you may sense, but at the same time, you may not be able to fathom to what extent it will grow and how the fruits and the flowers will look from that seed that you've planted. So you're learning to lean into that space. So I'm just gonna pull out some tarot to see what else Spirit has for you. You know, sometimes it may feel like whatever you're creating, that there isn't really much people that are enjoying it or that want to be on the journey with you. The thing is, not everyone is, and not everyone is to see it. The thing is that sometimes it's nature, right? You're seeing the way they transform, like with the seasons. You see how trees and flowers, how some die right before winter, and then others they die and then they're reborn again. Um, we see it so much that we've learned to normalize it and have that be a beauty that we get to bask in, and we see it as a beauty. The thing is, that's similarly what happens with us. So it's at the end of, when we're that tall tree, that we have people admiring us. And there's a huge chunk of people that will always admire us, that will only admire us when we're in bloom, when we've blossomed. And then there's a good chunk that actually want to see how you do the, how you are in the in-between spaces. First card is the Ten of Wands. It's how much creative projects have you just started and just found yourself being weighed down by it? Like, there's so much creativity available, and there is so much that you do, there's so much that you create, there's so much that you put out. What would happen if, for one, just put out something because you feel creatively inspired to put it out? Because it genuinely makes you happy and feel playful and get excited about life, get excited about what's coming through. So what would happen if you were to just create, take it easy and create what you want to create? Get inspired, contemplate on it. Sometimes it's just putting yourself in front of the camera and just starting to talk and see what comes out. It may not be great, but it's something that you want to do. So you practice that skill, putting yourself on and speaking. Getting comfortable with that, getting comfortable with hearing your voice, hearing the messages on playback. And then you eventually end up posting it. After you start posting it, you then eventually have people messaging you back. And so what happens when you start doing something because it's lifting you up? It's genuinely putting the person inside of you that set you this, that gave you this inspiration, that spark to say, I'm gonna try it. I know I'm nervous about it, and yes, I am scared about it, but I am gonna try it. Page of Swords. From this curiosity, right, from this curious place, you are creating, you are expressing yourself, you have a mission, and yet along the way you're enjoying yourself, you're playing, and it's not just you're playing with life, it's life is also playing with you. There is a reciprocity of the way you're showing up, and the way that Earth wants to play with you, and also to watch the way that the story truly ends. It may not look like the ending you thought you were gonna get, and yet it is an ending that you look at and you're like, you know what? I actually enjoyed it, and I got to do something that felt highly pleasurable, and I wasn't overpowered by pleasure or overpowered by pain, but I allowed for those emotions and those polarities to exist, where I found and heard my own rhythm, and I was able to move through it. that that is a beautiful place to meet yourself. And you know, when we die, we see that. We have an opportunity to see the life we've truly lived, the the way we've created, and to move through it. The next card is the Nine of Wands. So as much as you have all of this sense of who you are, and a sense of that, okay, I have the capacity to move through this, that I am strong enough, that I have the ability to create. Even though you've been put through the trials, there's a part of you that still dreams. And the one that's been through the trials is also the one that dreams. And the one that is dreaming acknowledges that these trials did not stop me from dreaming. They didn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do. I still have this yearning. I still want to do this. I still want to express myself in this manner. I still want to show up like this. I still want to be happy. So, okay, let me do just that, which is be happy. Let me try and move through life. Like genuinely move through life, not to be picked at and prodded at, but to be inspired to move. That level of showing up for yourself, of being present in your body to express and create, that now is magic. It's true and genuine magic. Strength. With this strength, it's all the trials that you've been through, the discomforts, the contrasts, and being cornered in a way. From that space of contraction, you're seeing how you have transformed, and your genuine strength that you, come on, the genuine strength that you do have. So with the genuine strength that you do have, how are you showing up? And you're seeing that, oh, if I am strong, then where am I fighting my own self? And where can I genuinely express myself? Where can I draw these boundaries? Where can I speak up? Where am I to be quiet and contemplate or observe or be blissed out? Having these set places, it can really impact the way you show up, and it makes it easier to show up with greater reverence, and to be in alignment with the genuine expression, your dharma, that wants to come through, that is being lived out. To not fight it, but to live it. The Eight of Swords. Knowing that your strength opens up this door to be able to see where you have caged yourself, where you have mentally, emotionally confined yourself and put yourself in a place where there's nothing happening, there's nothing moving, and now you can, now you are. Where else do you go with that? How else do you show up in your world? All the trials that you've been through, it's giving you the courage to actually see where you've caged yourself. Being able to see where you are, how you have showed up, to have an emotional expression of it and be angry. Even anger can be a beautiful medicine um where it dissolves and where it liquefies what was so dense in nature, what was all gunked up. You know, it has the capacity to clear through and no longer serves. It's having that ability. And in that approach, you can do physical actions. Um, you can choose a certain food that would help support you, certain practices. There's a few practices that you can probably find online, on YouTube even. Um, going to the gym, moving your physical body also can help you move through this. The thing is, even all of those, mentally you know what you're going to need to do for you to move. And it's having the capacity and the courage to listen to yourself, to understand, oh, okay, this exists, I can do it. To know that you may not be able to get to the place that you are wanting to be right away, but eventually you'll get there. And when you get there, especially mentally, emotionally, physically getting there, it feels so good. It feels so grounding. You're like, now I know for sure I will receive it external to me because I get to taste it inside of me. I get to live it. And with that livelihood, you move through life with so much more freedom. It's quite beautiful. Wow, okay. I was just wondering if I should pick up another deck or not, but okay, I'm gonna be leaving the message here, and I will speak to you guys soon. And I wish you guys all the best.